All right, welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz. You already know where to hit that subscribe button, man. I get an email the other day asking if I wanted to interview my next special guest, and as soon as I saw the name, I said, "So and so from like the 2000s with the one song that's still one of my favorite songs ever." Yeah. And if you guys just hear the chorus, it just goes, uh-oh, uh-oh. And I know you must get this a lot.
Yes, of course.
But you know, it's a very iconic song to me and to a lot of people. Shout out to my next guest, Lumidee. What up?
What's going on?
All the way from New York.
Yes, all the way from New York. We're here. We're in the building.
Hey, wait, before we continue, you got to let go of that little thing on your arm, right? You know what I mean? I'm not going to let you get through the whole thing.
Thank you so much. This is the wind outside.
It's crazy.
It was disrespectful. Yeah.
I was telling you it's super windy right now in LA, but it must be horrible in New York right now. Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting. This is beautiful out here right now. Yeah.
The wind and all.
And all. Yes.
So, Lumidee, she actually came with, a little candle. Yes. And it's actually promoting her song Sleigh Ride, Christmas joint.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I was telling you, I'm so happy that you're coming out with a Christmas joint because I don't think people realize how effective those things are later on in the future, too.
Yeah.
Reason being, I just saw this fun fact where Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You is like 60 times platinum.
60 times platinum?
60.
Oh, my God. See, I didn't know that. But I know that she enters the charts every year, every Christmas. I know that, 25 years later, she's touring off this. And it's one of my all-time favorite Christmas records.
Yeah.
Which inspired me to make this record.
So then Sleigh Ride, like what's the idea that you're trying to get across?
Okay, I had to say sleigh, like sleigh, all right? Yes. Like when I sent the artwork guy, he came back and wrote sleigh as in the Christmas sleigh. Yeah. I'm like, no, I mean sleigh.
Like
sleigh all day.
Yeah.
Yes. So we got sleigh,
I like
sleigh
it.
ride.
I'm hoping I could get the sneak peek before, Thanksgiving ends.
For sure. For sure. We're going to bump this right after the interview or during, whatever.
For sure.
Yes. Well, Christmas is important to me.
Is Christmas your favorite time of the year?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, why is that? Do you have a lot of personal ties to it? Because me and my family, we really get down on Christmas.
Yes, family. That's, pretty much is the one thing that you have to be with your family for. And not just Christmas, just the holidays in general, how people come together and make it their business to come together. Whether they love, hate each other, dislike each other,
we got those.
Yes, whether it's war in the house, but you come together, you know. So I just love that. My grandmother loved Christmas so much. She would just decorate the whole house, the hallways in the building, everything. So it was always a good time. Yeah.
I found being in the music industry professionally for about 5 years now. Yeah. I found myself, I'm from the Bay Area currently in LA.
Oh, okay.
So it's I find myself not going back home for the holidays, for Thanksgiving and Christmas because, I'm always stuck doing work.
Yeah.
But, as of recently, I've come to realize family's really all we got at the end of the day.
Yes.
And, you being in this industry for such a long time, a long tenure, I'm sure you found your pockets to really go back and cherish time with your family.
Yeah. I realized that they're who you have to lean on for everything. You got them, they got you. Most families, most families. I'm not going to say everybody in your family's A1 and great, but I have a great support system, with my mom, my sisters, and, they got my back. So it's definitely important to spend that time. And we got to work, but we have to check back in all the time.
Of course. Did your family initially want you to do the music thing?
Nobody even had a clue. I was in my room writing records and poems, and I just bust out I'm going to sing. I'm going to do this.
Mom, I'm a singer now.
Yeah, nobody knew. I grew up with my grandparents, so when I told my mom, she was like, "Oh, you can't do that. I don't think it's not gonna work." Yeah. She heard she was like, no. She didn't like my voice, nothing. It was nah, it's not. She wasn't interested. But I didn't care because I just had it in my gut, this is what I'm gonna do, and I did it. And then when I did it, they were all believers, and they were like, "Oh my God!" We're so. And then now they cheer me on and root for me. My sisters always have my back. My friends, come to the studio with me and everything like that. So I definitely kind of just sneaked up and did it, but I started with rapping first, though.
Well, I mean, I heard, like, I thought you were really just this singer, but then when I look back on your discography, I think I listened to Agua.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, wait, she actually got bars. Like, she can go toe-to-toe.
Yeah, I rap. Like, and that's
the New York shit, huh?
Yes, and that's the foundation. That's where it started for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm a New York girl. We're rough. We try to be as gangsta as the guys and everything. So I grew up rapping first, and I love music in general. So from writing poems and went into writing singing songs, and it was like, okay, I think I got a decent enough voice to sing them. Not listening to my mom who told me I didn't.
Yeah. I think I'm good enough.
I think I'm good enough. I'm gonna do this. And it happened.
So was Never Leave You the first record that you put out in general, or did you have records before that?
No, I had records before that. I was signed to a DJ from my neighborhood. Like
Ted Smooth?
Yes, he knew me for years, and he found out that I rap. And once he heard me rap, he's like, "Oh, whatever, I want to record you and everything." Then we did some stuff. I freestyled for him and everything, and then he heard my sister singing one of my songs, and he's like, "Oh, that's dope. What's that?" And they're like, "That's Lumidee." He's like, "Oh, you sing too?" And I was like, "Yeah, these are my songs." So he took me to his house. He had like the turntables. It was the DJ setup.
Oh,
and it was like, sing that song they were singing in the house. So I just did it a cappella, not knowing what the hell I'm doing. And then one day he brought me to the club, and we did it over the Uchiwali beat. The Nas Uchiwali beat, one of these records. Uchi Bang, exactly. And he played it in the club. And I was like, oh my God, that's me. Like, I hated it so much. I was like, no, why are you playing this for everybody to hear? And he's like, this shit is fire. Like, I don't care and whatever. So the rest is history. Pretty much everybody kind of gravitated to it in the clubs. And I had multiple records that were like popping in the clubs, mixtapes.
It sounds like Ted Smooth really just threw you in the water.
Yeah, he did. We don't get along anymore.
Got you.
Immediately after the success, immediately. But, I mean, he definitely heard something in me in the beginning. So, I definitely give him respect for that.
Well, I'm sure you've told this story, like, a bunch of times.
Yes.
And, I want to get it out the way right now so we can talk about more
other stuff. Yeah.
But, like, how did the record for Never Leave You, actually come about?
Well, Never Leave You is a remix to a song I have called Honestly. That's on the first album also. So Honestly was the record that was out and playing in the clubs and people loved it. And I just, in my head, I'm going to do a remix. Even though it's not like, under, like, who am I to do a remix?
I'm going to remix my own shit.
I'm going to do a remix. So I just, remixed the record, and I was like hitting the DJ and everything, like, yo, I got a remix to Honestly. So it took like a couple months, like 2 months for me to get in the studio. They was focused on somebody else at the time. And like I was going through some health issues. So there was some things going on. But when I finally got in, we did this. And it was on a beat that it wasn't too great. And he liked it still. We played it in the club.
Well, that's kind of like the typical, reggae-ish.
Yeah, no, it wasn't beat. On that yet, though.
Oh.
I sang it on a whole nother beat that he did. I never loved the beat, so it made me like, I don't like this song no more. I don't really like the beat that she did. So I was like, I don't like it.
I don't want it.
Yeah, so, and one day we in the studio, and the Diwali rhythm was very popular.
Yes.
So he's like, yo, you got to do something to this, right? So I'm like, yeah, this is fire, whatever. I'm like going through it, relationship issues, so I'm like tight. And I'm not in the mood to write a song at the moment. So I'm like I was like, you know what, Never Leave You will go to that. I sang it. I was like, he's like, nah, it doesn't. You're being lazy. And I was like, no, I really think it will.
Yeah.
So I sang it, and he was like, hold on. And then he like tweaked the beat a little bit, and it was it. So it pretty much, we just grabbed the vocals from the other record, threw it on there. And then it was like, bang, it just went off. Yeah.
And then it just became a smash.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking about reasons why it did become a smash, right?
Yeah.
So then I remember distinctively when I was a kid, there were records like Turn Me On by Kevin Little.
Yes.
And, there was like that whole wave of dancehall shit. And I was like, I wonder if Lumidee's record was smack in the middle. And it really was.
No, it was.
It was smack in the middle of 2003?
2003, yeah.
Yeah.
2003. And it was that whole reggae wave, the dancehall wave. And here comes this record that you're like, what? What this sounds like?
Who's this chick singing on this beat?
Yeah, and nobody was really doing that kind, like, I don't know what would you call it. Does it sound R&B? Does it sound? But it didn't sound like a reggae record.
It was like, to me, it's kind of like a mixture between R&B and reggae.
Yeah,
and
but
that's something that was unprecedented,
yes,
like at that time.
Exactly. So I think it just stuck out to people, and then the was catchy, you know. So I didn't expect it to be like, you know, like we still speak about it, you know, 15 years later.
Hey man, that's why I'm telling you, as soon as I got the email, I was like, Lumidee, Never Leave You? Let's run that shit already, man. I want that for sure.
Yeah. So.
But to me, like, you know, it's always kind of cool talking to people like yourself who have made such a smash hit record and like understanding like where it came from and how everything was made, because to me, I'm kind of like a nerd with it. I'm like, yo,
no, there's a story behind everything, right? And I mean, it almost didn't happen. I probably would have wrote another record to that if I wasn't mad, right? And if I wasn't being lazy, and that would have not went off. Like, so.
Is it difficult for you to kind of like escape that people may or may call you like the Never Leave You girl?
Yeah. But not really, not anymore. I did find it like that at a time. I felt that way. But at this point, I just appreciate the record. And, you know, I love it for everything that it's given me. And I love that people still connect with it to this day. People still want to talk about it. At a time, I was like, oh, like I would run into people who would be like, oh my God, that's you. I love that record. And I would like get annoyed. But then I checked myself and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know, like I got annoyed because the stigma of people not listening to other things I have, right? But then I realized, but I did something that people really love that much, you know? So I have to appreciate it. So it was we had the love and hate relationship, me and this record, you know? Like, but I learned to appreciate it and just appreciate the fact that it meant a lot to people. You know, everybody people I meet, they tell me a story behind it, where they were at in their life when this record was playing and what age they were. So I'm like, damn, I think I did something good, you know?
Yeah, you did something that a lot of people wish they can create, you know? Because I know people who grind it out in the studio damn near like every day, just chasing that one record that everybody's going to love.
That will be a forever record, you know? And I guess I got it out the gate. So, you know, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. Yeah. It's what allowed me to continue to work all these years, you know? And I still have people listening to the other things that I do. Not as, you know, this is the record that maybe may shadow me forever, but I'm not bitter behind it. I'm not,
Well, that's why when, you know, going through your discography, I'm just like, okay, Always is a lot more vibey and it's a lot more contemporary. Yes. I'm like, okay, she could do that. And going back to it, even like Agua, I'm like, okay, she could rap. So there's like,
I could do a lot of shit.
You can do a lot of shit. So I'm over, and you're doing the Christmas songs. So
exactly.
I'm over here just like, damn, like your artistry really goes everywhere.
And I think it has a lot to do with how I grew up, listening to all types of music, you know, and then going overseas. And just not being put in that box. Like, I went, like, in the early years, I went overseas, started touring there, and then I just started doing a lot of music out there. So it's just, like, opened up my mind to, like, it's not just rap, it's not just R&B, it's, like, everything. So I started doing dance records, doing all types of stuff. So,
damn.
Yeah, everything. So, literally, you can listen. I'm in every genre. Pretty much.
There you go. Yeah. That's what I like. That's the versatility.
But I do me on it. You know, I'm never trying to do something that's not me. If it fits me, I love it, and I could do me on it. Yeah.
So, you know, I normally don't ask this question, but then, like, you know, during your long time in music, like, how many records do you think that you just, like, created?
Oh, how many records did I create?
And again, I don't ask this question to anybody. Like, and it's only because you've done this shit for so long and you've gone overseas, doing your shit over there,
global, all over the world. Yeah, damn, I don't even know how to count that. You know, because I've done so many mixtapes. I've done probably like 10. If we want to count the stuff that's unreleased too, you know, because there's so much shit you release. There's projects that I would swear I'm a release, and now they're just like in a laptop, buried and never to be heard, or probably be heard one day. You know, I don't know. It's got to be in the hundreds.
Damn.
Yeah, it has to be in the hundreds, definitely, for sure.
And it's crazy to know that you've. I mean, you're still eating off of Never Leave You.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord.
So, you know, I'm actually, like, going through your discography, too, and, like, it seems like after 2007, when you did your last album, right, there's, like, a huge gap in terms of, like, an album? I know you've just
Yeah.
been like dropping singles throughout the year,
yes.
but like, what are you doing in between that gap of like
Shows.
2007 and now?
I had a daughter.
Okay.
And yes, I have a 10-year-old daughter.
Shout out to baby girl.
Yes. So 2008, I was pregnant. I was pregnant, hiding.
That was that year.
I was hiding and I was pregnant. Yeah. And well, raising my daughter, doing shows, recording music, dropping singles, mixtapes, things like that. Licensing records, doing features, just like more business, not albums or projects, because it was like when you do an album, it's so much expectation.
Yeah.
You know, with record labels and everything, whatever they put in, they got to get back, or they just expect so much. And I just didn't like that, and I didn't like being told the type of music to do. And that happened to me within my second album, and a little bit in my first, like with the singles that they picked. Mm-hmm. So I just love the independency. Like, yo, just drop whatever record you want to drop and that you like, you know. And I think I kind of had maybe a little bit of a fear of just dropping a full project. So I would just do mixtapes. Yeah. You know, which will have original songs in them, but it's a mixtape, you know?
Yeah, it's not the legit album yet. Drake had So Far Gone, you know what I mean?
So, yeah, but I mean, definitely working in between that time, but not ever dropping a full-length album.
Yeah, and it's crazy, like, being in the days now, because even if you look at your past two albums, they're, like, plus 10 songs apiece.
Yes, yeah.
Right? But nowadays, it's like an album could probably be, like, 9, just 10
7.
songs.
Yeah, and if you do over 10, people are like, oh, what a waste. Yeah. Right?
It's like, why are you giving me all the, like, trash songs? Like, you could have got rid of this.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, you just want to give people the album tracks. Like, you know, before it's like, there was the singles and there were the records that you actually really love that are just on the album and really will never be the singles, never had a video for. So I love albums, but I'm coming with one.
Would you say, like, between, like, your first two albums, what would you say is, like, your favorite song, like the underdog amongst your albums?
Well, the underdog of Almost Famous is Honestly, which is the original Never Leave You. Yeah, so it's Honestly. And on the second album, I liked the record you was playing when we walked in here.
Hold up. Stuck on You?
Stuck on You. Yeah, Stuck on You was really good. And I had some reggae joints where I was rapping, but Stuck on You, I think, was one of those. Like, I like the little sad songs and shit.
I do too.
Yeah,
I mean, it's December too. It's definitely cuddle season.
Yeah, moody, exactly. About love and stuff. So, yeah, I would say for those albums, yeah.
I want to bring it back. Like, were you raising your daughter by yourself?
Oh, no. She has a dad.
There you go.
She has a dad.
Hey, man, I just got to make sure. Look.
Yeah.
Sometimes it sounds like you could raise you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the mom, so, you know, I do the most because she's a girl. So it's me and her. It's like we're partners, you know?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
She must know all the words to your songs.
Oh, she was definitely not a fan in the beginning. Really. But I know what it was because it took me away from her. I realized it.
Wow.
Yeah. So anything with my music should be like, turn it off. I don't want to hear it. And my niece would love it. And she'd be mad at my niece for loving my music. So I realized. So then later on, I'm like, and then I caught her one time in the mirror imitating me and singing the record. And I was like, you don't hate my music. I was like, you love it. Like, you really do. And she was like, no, I don't. So what it was is that it takes me away from her. You know, it's like when I would travel weeks at a time, I always come back home. But, you know, kids want their parents. So, and I think that's the thing that maybe she battled with, like the attention between my music and the attention I give her. But now she's cool with it.
Yeah, she's 10 years old. She understands now.
Yeah, and now there's social media. And now kids want to be famous for no reason. So now she's like, get out there and work. Go. So you can make me famous. It's like,
Mom, put your song on TikTok. Let's run it back.
Exactly. Telling me all this. Like, and then she heard like my old rap stuff. And I was like, you know, I was doing an interview one time and she heard it. And I was like, I feel like I can't rap like that anymore because I have a daughter. So I feel like being like I never was raunchy. But I always a little tough and aggressive. So I was like, I think I'm a little more softer now. So, and she must have seen it when she came. She's like, I heard you say that, but no, I don't want you to be soft. Go ahead.
I want you to go
you could
hard.
Go. She's like, go ahead. You could curse. You could do whatever you want. I was like, oh.
You got to get on that ride a dick like a motorbike Cardi B type shit. You know what I mean? That's what your daughter want to hear.
Yo, but she loves Cardi B though. She does. She does. But you know, we definitely listen to the clean versions of things. Yeah.
Yes, the radio friendly versions.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh man, it sounds like to me your daughter kind of became like I guess like a filter in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think it comes to a point where, you know, like you obviously like made your hit record Never Leave You. Yeah. And then after having your daughter, it just seems like you wanted to become a lot more business oriented because at the end of the day, it's like you can't sing a rap forever, but you can have an empire forever.
Oh, yes, definitely. Definitely. And I seen it more like that's when I just like I could. Let's say, all right, I could fail myself, right? But I can't fail her. Like, I could do all these things and travel, whatever, blow the money, do this, do all. But once I have, like, I'm responsible for a person, for someone, you know? Like, I can't do that. Like, so my decisions, you know, have to change. Mm-hmm. So that definitely, things changed a lot with her. Yeah. I think I grew up a lot. I became more comfortable with myself and who I am and learning about myself as a woman. So I think after having my daughter, definitely, just screw the fuck up.
Yeah. How do you because I know nowadays, we all know for a fact it's a lot more difficult for women to like be in this world, right? Yeah. Especially in the music industry where you hear stories about the wildest shit that men will try to do like to women, right? Yes. Like, so how do you go about raising your daughter knowing that like this world is pretty fucking fucked up?
It's tough. It's tough. Like, I mean, I definitely have to stay on her and like tell her, like, you know, like I said, the famous thing. Oh, she wants to be. What do you want to be famous for? Because nowadays you could be famous for anything. But like, do you want to be famous for something that years down the line you're gonna still be proud of? Mm-hmm. You know, or that's gonna really be meaningful? Or you want to be famous for, I don't know, like having a fight in the street, or you know,
then you're doing fucking
or doing like some disgraceful shit, you know, and somebody leaks a tape of you or nudes, or you know, like what do you want to be famous for? Like things. So with me, it never was fame. I love music. I could give a fuck about fame. Yeah. You know, because I'm really a more, not secretive, but I'm a private person, you know? So the fame wasn't a thing. It was just about doing the music and being heard and the excitement of doing music and people hearing it and loving it, you know? So I definitely tell her that. And the things she listens to and watches, the reality TV, the online shit, like, they can get dumb. Yeah. And like she's a really smart girl, and she had all these goals. And I found that this year, it's funny you say this year, I'm seeing her slipping and not being interested in things that I felt made her really dope. Mm-hmm. I'm like, don't become like everybody else. You know, don't be a copycat because you see this online. Don't do that. Don't find your own way. Like, be who you are. You know, that's cool if you're into certain things, but like some shit I just gotta cut out. Like, it's a lot. There's way too much information out there and not good shit. Yeah.
I'm hoping your daughter ends up getting to this part of the interview because I'm over here just like, I'm about to be an uncle in a couple months.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And I'm over here just like, No, what can I tell my niece like in a couple months? You know what I mean? Like,
you got to be careful with the things they watch and, you know, the things that they're feeding their little brains. They're sponges, you know? Yeah. They're absorbing all that shit and they see people like it, so they think it's right. Think of all the things that gets the most views. Mm-hmm. It's the dumbest shit in the world.
I could see how I could really see how like you really struggled with being signed to a major label and then wanting to like start your own label too, because like I feel like once you have your own stuff going on, you have all the creative control that you can. Especially like back then, I feel like there were a lot more industry plans for a lack of a better term.
Yeah, and it was very controlling, and it was like, this is your single, and this is your video, and we don't care if you don't like how you look. That's going out. So that was the type of shit back in the days that I think now even artists that are with labels have a little more leverage, you know, because they're building their shit up too on social media. They're building up their platforms on their own. So I think labels are a little more careful and letting artists be more them, you know, and express themselves the way they want. I mean, nobody knows your fan base like you do.
Yeah.
You know?
And so, like, your decision to create your own label, and I may or may not mispronounce them right now, but is it Logi?
Logi.
Logi.
Yes, Logi Music.
Logi Music.
Logi Music.
Why?
Yeah.
First of all, why'd you call it Logi Music?
Well, Logi's my dad's name. Yes. So, and he was the one person who believed in anything I did.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, he's just inspired me. If it wasn't for him saying you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, like literally, I wouldn't be doing anything.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Rest in peace to your dad.
Yes.
Sounds like a
he was
very
awesome.
like beautiful man.
Yes, he was awesome. Yeah.
So under Logi, like, do you have like anybody else signed underneath the record label?
I did. At times, like, and we did some stuff, but now it's just me.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's just me, and I think sometimes you put a lot of things into people, and I don't know that they appreciate it, and they expect this boom, or they expect to be where you at, but not put in the time and the work and the things, and it's like when you're an artist pushing an artist, it's not as easy. It's like so
it's hard for an artist to do that.
Yeah, you gotta actually grind even harder now because you got to go out there and get your fans. So I think I had some good moments with people, but I'm focusing on me and maybe my daughter soon.
I think I was reading over the internet though. You were supposed to drop an EP back in 2012. La Luz.
Oh,
EP?
Yeah. I was supposed to drop another one before that too.
Damn.
This is what I'm saying. If we count
what's going on?
If we count all the records that I didn't put out,
well, that was the one named EP that was like floating around, and I was like, wait, how come that didn't come around?
I think I just heard the records too much, right? And then certain things happened in my life that made me just like back up for a little while, and then when I went back to it, it's like this is not me anymore. So I think once you're like feeling something, it's good to put it out. Not as fast, like make sure you're sure of it, but these things, I just felt like I outgrew them. I didn't want them.
So kind of like you created like the songs for La Luz EP.
Yeah.
And then certain things had transpired and kind of like changed. It was kind of like, well, why am I going to release this? Because that's not how I think anymore. Pretty
much. Or that's not how I feel. And then, or you just record like 2 records that feel so different from that, and you're like, this feels better than that. So you just kind of like trunk those things,
What was what was transpiring at that time, if you don't mind me asking?
2012. It was a lot of like relationship stuff, and breakups and having like things with your business intertwined with your relationship, and when that goes wrong, everything feels wrong, so you just stop. So I think that I know that was a lot of the issue, but we're not gonna let that happen this time.
Did you ever find yourself at like a complete halt from music?
I think recently, probably I'll say this. I think my most exciting time, like working on music and a project, was on 2014. I dropped a project called Lumidee, and I dropped these records. Like I dropped the Mars record, and I dropped the record with Chinks Drugs. Like it was just a lot of things. I dropped a record called Be Good in 2015. So within that time, I did a whole bunch of videos. I did a video for everything on the mixtape, and it was all independent, and it was all me.
Damn.
So it was just so fun, and I traveled everywhere shooting the videos. Like, so it was an experience. So I feel like that was my best experience. And after that, like the people that I worked with, things happened in their lives that it was like we couldn't continue to work the way we were. So then I was like, all right, I gotta regroup now myself. And then certain things happened in my life personally that I was like, all right, what do I want to do? Because everything I'm saying I want to do, when I tell people, they're like, oh, that's not you. And it's like, I had to build the confidence up again to be like, no, I'm who the fuck I say I am. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people like, you shouldn't do that. And you get steered all these directions by listening to people. And then you find out that you just sat on all this stuff and didn't do shit because people are pulling you in different directions. It is like, pull yourself. So I just had to pull myself back up. And I think right now I'm in that spot now where I'm like for sure I know what I want to do. And it's my decision. It's my choice. I don't care who likes it, who doesn't, you know? So it's taking a long time.
I like that.
Yes, it's taking a long time. But sometimes you got to step back from the situation, look at it, and jump back in.
Yeah. Well, that's why, you know, when you did get pitched to me and then I did see you were creating songs again, I was like, I want to see, like, in some way, shape, or form, I want to see you, like, eclipse that song that's just been following you for like
it'll always be my baby, you know. But I need another baby. I need some other babies, you know. And I do have them, you know. She's Like the Wind has success. I had a record called Dance that had a lot of success overseas.
Is that the one with Pit? No, you had Crazy with
Pitbull. Like, all these records are all good records, and they did well for me. Like, I perform them, people know them, but you know, it's just that one iconic record that's kind of. And maybe that will always be the one. Mm-hmm. But I think now is a good time that people look for your music. Yeah. You know, and people can find you if they want to. So if you're giving them the things that you're proud of, just push that shit really hard. Put it in their faces, you know? So, and brings me to the Christmas record because I'm so fucking excited about it. Like, literally.
That's one more song to add to the Christmas playlist.
Exactly. And you could play it every year.
Exactly,
you know? Yeah. So, timeless shit. I want to do things that are timeless, you know?
I love that. So much. I gotta ask, like, you being in music for over a decade, right?
Yeah.
You going through the trials of tribulations of getting like a hit record, having a daughter, and now like really focusing on your independent grind, which I really appreciate, by the way. Yes. Like, what's something that you feel like you could have done differently between all this time?
Like, what I wanted to do, maybe. Just like kind of listen to myself a little more, just believe in myself more. I think that's the biggest thing. Because in the beginning, like in my beginning success, like nobody could tell me shit. And I won with that attitude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you don't like it? Okay, it's cool. This is something else, but this is what I'm doing, you know, and this is me. So after I got that success, it's like everything became like just a lot of noise. And I was listening to the noise. And that kind of, so I feel like if I would have turned all that shit off and just continue to believe in what I bring and what I could do, you know, then maybe things would be different. But then again, I'm kind of happy with the way things played out because I'm like, got to live my fucking life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to go overseas and like do everything you wanted to do.
Yeah, and I've been through all these experiences that make me who I am today. And I'm like, I'm really happy, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I think everybody can actually like learn from that because especially now, like I remember listening to a podcast and it was Jay-Z talking, right? Yeah. And he said some people's like music lifespan normally nowadays is just 2 years.
Yeah.
You'll be lucky if you as an artist can survive 10 years. You'll be lucky if you have a song that can last over a decade, you know?
That's why I'm saying, like, see, that's why it's like, I feel like I've been blessed. That's why I can't really complain or think about how to do things over. Like, I would just say just to anybody just to continue to believe in yourself. That's it.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Lumidee.
So corny and cheesy.
Hey,
right?
no, sometimes the corny and cheesy shit actually does make sense.
But it's really real, though. You know, it is really real. Yes, that self-doubt is a killer. Yeah.
Before we get into a quick round of questions, I do got to ask. I was just watching the Never Leave You video.
Oh, God.
Was your man's over here in the music video? God. Was he?
You keep looking over.
Was he? No, because then, like, as soon as I, like, glance right now, I was like, wait, I think he was in the music video.
Yes. Yeah.
He was?
Yeah.
He was, like, in the first scene or something?
He's the one who does the 5-0, the whole...
Because I was like, the guy in the video kind of looks like Drake.
Yeah, that's him.
And I'm looking at him, I'm like, wait, but he also kind of looks like Drake.
Yeah, this is a guy. Like, I would be with him places, literally, and people would go up to him and be like, oh, you're the guy from the Lumidee Never Leave You video. And I would be right there. And they would not recognize me, but they would recognize him. And I would find it funny. I'll be like, wow. But everybody had this different image of me from the video. People always thought I was bigger than what I was. So like, which is a blessing because I kind of just go through shit and.
Well, you could you go to the grocery store and just mind your own business.
Yeah, I'm chilling until somebody looks at my card and sees my name or something.
Because it is your actual name.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, then it's like sometimes people be like, "Oh, your name is Lumidee, like the singer." I'll be like, "Yeah, like her."
Yeah.
It's crazy, like, and they'll literally be looking at me like so, but. Now, that's changed a little bit with social media and people actually getting to see how you look, Oh,
yeah, you get people nowadays. You'll be at the grocery store and be like, oh, Lumidee's here.
Yeah, like, I've gotten that under my comments, like, I seen you at the mall, but I didn't want to bother you, and I've seen you. So, it's cool.
Oh, man. Yeah. Lumidee, right now we're going to get into a round of, like, really quick questions, and you answer them however you want to. So, we got the song Sleigh Ride coming out soon, so I got to ask you, what was your favorite Christmas gift and your worst Christmas gift that you received?
Okay. Favorite Christmas gift.
And you ain't got to put nobody's name out there.
Okay. My favorite Christmas gift, I would say, was everything. It's so weird, but I would count on this every year. My grandmother would get me like a whole bunch of socks, like cool. Like fun socks and shit. I don't got nothing on right now.
Like, what you mean? It's like it's November. You ain't got no socks on. What you doing?
She's not here anymore. Man. Yeah. So she she used to get me. So I would look forward to that and pajamas.
Ooh,
so
that sounds so comfy.
Yes, like that's what I'm into, comfort. So all that type of shit. Yes, I would love. So that's my favorite thing to get. Things that are comfortable. And my worst gift, I want to say, just because I was expecting something else. And the person who gave it to me, I felt like they should have got me something that was more ladylike. Yeah.
What did you get? So, you got the Timberland boots, huh?
Yeah, I got some, not Timberland boots. They were, damn, it was like back in the days. What were the boots, though? They were like Gore-Tex or something.
Gore-Tex?
I don't know if it was Gore-Tex. I don't know what they were called. Do you remember what they were called?
So what the hell?
But they were fucking man boots. Like
they're just crazy bulky
man boots and and this big ass man coat. So it just felt like
these Gore-Tex.
No, but they were a lot bulkier than this. No, these are not. Oh yeah, like those, like the second one.
Got you. Damn.
I was just so like what? But it was like the cool thing for guys. So I guess he thought it was cool because he likes it. But I'm like, you want to dress me like a boy? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It was like, so that, it wasn't a bad gift. I wound up using it, but it wasn't like,
I feel you.
You understand?
Shout out to that guy. Yeah. Shout out to him. I don't know who it is. We don't know where you are. Shout out to him.
Yeah, I used the code and boots, but yeah.
So we're obviously at the lunch table. So then what's your favorite food to eat?
Oh, gosh. I'm Puerto Rican. So, anything, rice, beans.
Yes.
Pork chops. I'm trying to get rid of the pork chops. I have stopped.
You trying to go vegetarian or what?
No, but just not too much pork because I really loved pork chops. But steak. I love steak.
We can get along.
Yes. Tacos. I fucking love tacos. Yeah. Anything. I'm gonna be honest. Anything that's like. I love Latin food. Yes, I love Latin culture. So anything that's Latin food, that's my go-to. Yeah.
So, talking into manifestation, who would be like your dream collaboration right now? Oh. I want to go one artist and one producer. Okay.
Man. Like collaborate, that's the thing.
We've got Drake right here.
Drake.
It's good to go.
Please,
we can do the song now.
Don't flatter him. Man, favorite. Oh. Well, I think I would like to collaborate with somebody like maybe them because I'm a writer, but I respect writers, right? So, man.
She's like, I ain't never thought of this question
I
before.
have thought of it, but it's just like, it's hard.
There's so many now.
Yeah, and nowadays I haven't really looked at anybody and say, like, I want to do a record with them. not that they're bad, but sometimes I just like people so much on their own, and I feel like, what if I did a record with them and I made it whack? That I'll be so fucking disappointed, you know, and it wasn't great, and we weren't great together, you know, like, I love St. John right now.
Ooh, yeah, St. John's hella good. He's different.
Yeah,
he's different.
Yeah, I love St. John. So,
ooh, you know it'd be a crazy idea.
What?
So you know how Tory Lanez just dropped his Chicks Tapes 5?
Oh yeah.
Or how even Summer Walker got Usher on the on the remix, right? I think it'd be fucking tight if you reached out to St. John. Y'all did a remix to your shit, and you were on it.
Hey, you said it.
Nah. You know, that's like a 5% idea.
But
you know
like
what I mean?
I completely love his music, like both the projects. You know, so it's really not, like I said, it's not really about like collaborating with them. I just fucking love the music.
Yeah.
So maybe creating something, you like writing together.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
Yeah. I love the way you think. You just want to be in and just work at any capacity.
Yeah, it's not like about the features and all this stuff. Like, I mean, I've done that and it's been great, but I'm like at a different stage, you know? Yeah.
So Sleigh Ride's coming out in December, right? So what do you have coming for us in 2020?
Oh, 2020. Well, there will be a project.
Yes.
There will definitely be a project.
Yes.
I'm thinking February, March, okay? Because I got to do it quickly before I get over the music. I'm like, I'm over this shit. No. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to drop a new record for the new year. So right off of Christmas, New Year, we got a new joint. And I got to figure out a name for the project, which kind of excited about because I think now it really will come out. Because usually I always have the names for the projects. I put it out there and they never come out. So this time I have the music. I'm ready. I just don't feel like anything is clicking with the
name-wise.
the name. Yeah, and I think that's very important.
Well, I think the best names really just kind of come out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that come out of nowhere moment. I'm waiting for it to just hit me.
All I gotta say is just don't blue ball us by the time it's like February or March.
No.
That moment better come within the next couple months. You know what I mean?
It's definitely coming. I got the records ready. I have records ready already. So, and I'm excited about them. You know, I've worked with some good producers. You know, good artists. So I'm excited.
Who have you been working with?
Well, actually, these are people that are new. Like I
love it.
I worked with this producer called. Well, I worked with Mike Streets, who I did Mars and Be Good, which are records that I had put out earlier. So I got 2 records with him on the project with Mike Streets. Shout out to Mike Streets. He's fucking awesome. This guy named Just Beats. He's pretty fire. A friend of mine named I'll Be Back. He's out here in LA. He introduced
His name's
me to
I'll
him.
Be Back?
Yeah. His name is I'll Be Back, yeah.
Dope name. I like that name.
So he introduced me to him, and he also produced on the project. And so we just I've just collaborated with people more on this. And Ibrahim, who did this, who was my engineer pretty much, and I was just going to him to record. And he wound up being a fire-ass producer on the low. So, yeah. One day we were in the studio, and I'm like, you want to do a Christmas record? He's like, hell yeah, I got my laptop.
Fuck yeah.
And we just did it just like that. So it was fire. Yeah. So, I mean, I've been working with new people and people who are excited about shit, you know. They're also excited about the records. So, yeah, I'm just looking forward to people hearing it. And trust me, it's going to come out. Especially the way you broke it down to me.
Man, it
and
better
you was
come
like,
in.
2007 was the last full album you dropped. So
that's
I was
12
like,
years now, bro.
Damn.
12 years. What you mean?
Yes.
You got tenure.
Yeah, I know. You're right. But there's been music since.
Yeah, of course.
There's been a lot of music, but full album, full length, I feel you. So it's got to happen.
Catch that. Catch Sleigh Ride coming in December and the album dropping February, March-ish, 2020.
Yeah, March-ish. Yeah, yes.
Lumidee, where can everybody find you?
I'm on social media, on Instagram, Lumidee, Lumidee. My Twitter, I'm locked out right now. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
what'd you tweet?
I don't even be on that shit. It's like I forgot my passwords and all this.
One of them joints.
Yeah, and it's like I've been locked out for a while, and I just stopped paying attention to it. I pretty much do Instagram. And I link everything from Instagram to my Facebook. So follow me on Instagram, and then you'll get in tune with everything. And once I'm back, I mean, I'm on Twitter, Lumidee, but I haven't been on there for, I don't know, maybe a year. Probably more.
Yeah, you don't really need it.
Yeah, I'm good.
IG's cool enough.
Yeah, so IG, just Lumidee, that's it.
Well, this is the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Shout out to my guest, Lumidee.
Yes.
And we are out, everybody. Yay!
Yay!